Hello there, welcome back to Golden Horde and Great Khan. Last time, while we pieced our way out of the war with Scandinavia, we do have a casus belli if we choose to attack them though. Shun is messing around in Poland, surprisingly enough, and the Ottomans did actually drag us into another war here, this time against Austria of all things. And I'm pretty sure, again, the Ottomans probably are the aggressor. Yeah, attack against Austria. And they did actually manage to win Hum and Rimini in their last war, so they're actually starting to become a force to be reckoned with. But again, we're not going to be doing too much in this war. We're going to sitting on the sidelines, just taking pokes at the Polish as they Polish and Brandenburgians, or Germans if you will, as soon as they poke their nose over our border. The focus again will be in China, where we are more or less ready here, I think, for another war against Manchu pretty soon. 1592 is our truce running out with Manchu, and then we have Shou in 1593. We'll have to wait until 1605 before we can attack Ming again, but we're slowly but surely getting there, I guess. So I think my priority now will be to actually sell as soon as we have sent the guy to Fabric Claims, so it's nothing to worry about thus. Basically, as soon as we're done with I'll basically be selling the provinces of Shandong to Shun as soon as we're out of the war. So I'll just be waiting, and we'll be preparing ourselves for another war against the, allies Manchu. We'll see how it goes. We have a new heir to the throne, Kuchug Muhammad, and 423 makes him not too shabby. Feeling alright. And unfortunately, he'll probably be killed due to the fact that our ruler, Khan Jalal al-Din, he's 68 years old. I'm a little bit unsure how old he actually was when he took charge here. Let's see, 1559. So been around for a while. But anyways, it's probably not going to be the best situation here, especially for these guys too, because the truce is running out on 26th of May. So I might actually have a perfect start here, or perfect starting position with a war more or less out from the get-go with battle. Sorry, not a war. Well, that too, but you get my idea. So basically, there'll be a battle right out from the get-go with the Manchu army, and we might as well just go ahead and declare war. No reason not to. The war with Austria is dragging out. We do have to fight some battles over there still, but it's not like it's going to be a lot of problems per se. Somehow these guys have got a lot of morale. Fervent focus 4. Well, 15 probably gives you a whole point of morale. Yeah, that's the problem here. So right now I'm currently in a really horrible situation. I need to get to level 15 ASAP, and as you can see, they're slaughtering my men as a reward. So I think that what we're going to do here is just wait for 15, and if we can, then we'll go off Scandinavia then, especially if we manage to get there before them, which is a possibility here. Poland is still not a threat, but they do have better forces than me, so I should be ready to accept that. We will take Inquisition, however, which gives a national manpower modifier of 25% and mission strength versus heretics plus 2%. Also, culture conversion cost from the idea set is given, and minus 10% stability for the horde modifiers. So I think again what I'm actually going to do is more or less just focus on getting the wars in China and basically the area here out of the way, and then I can consider what I want to do after that. Until then, we'll just be a little bit more careful, because as you can see, without a Shock 6 general, my forces were more or less, they suffered great losses, and that is not something I want to have happen. Worst case scenario here, I'll just have to peace out early, but with Shun, Xi, Novgorod, and everyone here, I don't think that will be the case. But again, my focus lies totally on Manchu, nothing else. So we'll see how this plays out, but it shouldn't be anything I need to worry about, hopefully. Just have to see how it goes. Poland has been bribed out of the war, which means that the forces here are kind of in an awkward position already, since, they're not really strong, and the fact that the Ottomans just bribed the Polish, or the Poland bribed themselves out of the war, means that they don't really have that much of a support group anymore, if you can that. But I think I might have to pull these forces back home just to recover a little. We'll probably just place them in Liadong. And, well, I don't see... I think I'm safe here. I don't think they'll end up walking around me, more or less. Now, this is a little bit annoying, of course, that I managed to siege it, but worst case now I'll just peace out with Austria, which actually seems to be a reasonable thing to do. The Ottomans don't have that many forces running around anymore, so I think they might have gone a little bit too far here. And, well, I think I can also afford, even with the alliance, to just peace out before we get into trouble here. They don't like it, of course, but we will still remain allied. And I really need to focus on Manchu now, but it should be a really simple war. It's just that, well, kind of hard to siege sometimes, but it should be fine. If I take their capital, I think actually taking their capital might be enough of a push to get what I want here. We'll just see how it goes. We've completely sieged, well, Manchu. Unfortunately, I do have Beijing, which makes this a little bit of a, well, troublesome scenario. Let's just say it that way. Now, I think we're just going to go with this. It's basically a deal taking everything but one of the provinces. Liaodong is the only thing that will be necessary to take another one. And I think it's perfectly fine to just wait. I'm also a little bit certain here. If I clear the offer and I take everything myself, no, it'll still be the same cost, so no reason there. And also, of course, I will still have the Casus Belli, thanks to the fact that this is the province that I've got a claim on, so that's perfectly alright. This is a deal I can live with. It's basically just one war, as I said now, left against Manchu, and then they have been tossed out of China. So it's not a horrible situation to be in. It's something that can definitely be handled. Let's just say that. Now we are also closing in on the military tech we need, and we are basically ready for another war here against Muscovy. So I'm a little bit unsure what to do here. If I want to wait for that tech, just get a little bit of an extra upper hand here, that might actually be an idea. And of course, these guys are allied with Poland. Now, if Poland is right in, that will be a little bit annoying. Austria, Mecklenburg, Muscovy, the Hansa, but the goal here will definitely be to get Belosero, Garlic, Betluga, basically take some of the provinces, get a little bit of better border, and also, of course, fabricate a claim on this province. I can take these three for myself, and I guess growing Novgorod is a fair deal. So we'll see what I come up with, but now we'll just wait. As you know, we were a little bit uncertain what to do. I think we're actually going after Muscovy here with the goal, of course, of well, taking land. I'm also going to fabricate a claim on Siberia before we do that, so I can actually take here. So there's still a reasonable still have a reasonable amount of reason to attack them. Maria Theresa I as new emperor. Well, that is a little bit interesting, especially considering that we've been able to push one reform, which actually makes things a little bit interesting. Also, the fact that Scandinavia is being backed by Bohemia is even more surprising. But we're going to go with good old tribal conquest here. And I'm not sure how many men Muscovy have, but I don't think they have too many. In this case, it's probably easier to go by name here. So let's see if we can find Muscovy. There we go. There's 2,000 men army they have standing here. It's actually the entire force. If we trash that, we should be fine. And of course, Poland here could be an issue, but I think I'll be fine. Ottomans will not want to join because they are in depth. They have manpower issues. They have army strength issues. So basically, they have been screwing themselves over while I have retained all my strength, which makes this a, well, hilarious scenario. Should probably also go ahead and rebuild my armies a little bit, but I can live with the current situation. I cannot live with the result of this battle, I think. Well, that's not a good result, no matter how I try to fly it. Muscovy is still war leader. Poland did not join in, so it's just Muscovy then. So I can actually start in the west and just basically build my way, or work my way east then. And that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to keep one army in backup, and we're going to put the rest on more or less sieging duty across the border. Vyatka is actually the capital, so we can start driving up there. Attrition pretty rapidly here. We're also going to get a next tech of military pretty soon. I believe I need 1090, 1086. So yeah, it's not that far away. And we're also going to go ahead here and declare another war on show, because let's face it, we can. And truces are really not that important to consider anymore. The problem, of course, are the Oirids, which, surprisingly enough, they still do a decent amount of damage even after they have been taken down a notch. So we are going to declare war on show, and we're going to go with tribal conquest. Hopefully, my forces in the east will deal with this, and I don't think the Oirids will be. The Oirids actually join in, but show is still war leader, so I have nothing to worry about there. Now, as you can see here, Muscovy is actually joining up quite a bit of forces. I definitely need to update my army pretty soon. So I think we'll wait with Scandinavia until we actually have Muslim attack, and thus some better units. Might actually even wait until I'm westernized. I might of course go for an attempt to just see how well or poor it actually does, but for now I'll just keep this war going. I'll show you some of the bigger battles if there are any, but at this moment I don't think there will be too much to flaunt here, if you will. Now I think we'll probably clamp out a victory here, although it will be only a Pyrrhic victory, so our losses are pretty damn high. But anyways, we are going to aim at sieging Shun here pretty rapidly, and that should more or less do it on the eastern spectre. I'll show you, as I said, if I get into any big scuffle with Muscovy. So we have the Muscovite army actually fairly decently into our territory here, and we're going to try and attack it. And hopefully, I was actually hoping here that I would get the Novgorodians in on it, but apparently that is not the case. So we'll have to do some finicky moves here. Unfortunately, Muscovy is still a power to be reckoned with, fortunately. And I might actually just go for a piece like this, just 3 provinces, basically, just to slowly but surely cut them down to size. Because I don't really have enough forces to... Well, I do have enough forces, but I'm focused on China because I want to get that done quickly so I can actually focus on reforming government and then westernizing. Well, I think I can do that when I think about things. Reforming government will definitely be my next priority once we get a later move sub 190. Because I do have Xui and Shun, I can just use them as vassals in the east, more or less, to eat China, so that should be fine. So I guess we will be trying to, as I said, attack the Muscovite armies, but I have a feeling that most of the battles will turn sour in our phase like this one. We're losing far more, not actually losing more than them. Again, I do like my argument about manpower-wise. We are inflicting quite a bit of damage on them. And I guess that is actually the truth of the situation. We are inflicting quite a bit of damage manpower-wise on our enemy here. Now, these guys do actually have, or they did have, I guess it's the right wording here. They did have quite a bit of forces. That is why I'm basically in the east. Also had some smaller forces getting wiped out while paying attention to Muscovy. And I think, as I said, I'll probably go for this deal, or potentially 1 or 2 more provinces if I can pull that off. But it's kind of doubtful at this stage. We'll just have to see how it goes. We managed once to actually capture the Muscovite army without negative modifiers, and in such a fight we actually came out pretty high on top, I dare say. Now, I am tempted to go for this deal here because, as you can see, the only one who really be pissed is Muscovy, but it's kind of, again, risk versus reward. It will end up giving Muscovy most likely incentive to join a coalition, which Ming is already in. And, well, to claim war on Ayutthaya is actually becoming a real possibility here, which is kind of weird to say. Actually, I just have to go to keeping one of these, but we're taking this one here. but I'm a little bit unsure how I would handle such a situation, to be perfectly honest. But I think if I want to take the provinces off of Muscovy now, I think that is what I'll have to do. So we'll just go for that. This is the piece that we'll be making. We're taking, well, 6 provinces, which will hurt them quite a bit, and probably have them move capital once more. We're taking the trifecta, whatever I want to call it, here next time, and we'll probably be handing the provinces over to Muscovy, Novgorod, as soon as we can. So there's that, I guess. Now I'll just join up my forces again, and we'll see what I actually end up doing here. So I'll continue in the east. It shouldn't be long now before it's done. And with that, back soon. And I just realized I completely forgot about military tactics. We're going to upgrade that. Military tactics plus 0.25 and a whole point of land morale, which will be useful. And I think we might as well just go ahead here and upgrade boat admin tech to 11. Gives us spy agency and accounting house, and diplomatic tech to 11, which gives colonial range of 100 increase. And I can build shipyards and channels. But as you can see here, the war is it's almost over. But again, I'm a little bit unsure here what I actually want to do. If I want to hand anything over to Ming, or if I just want to try and take not too many provinces, of course, because again, don't want Show here to join the coalition. But as things are currently standing, it seems like I'll get Ming, Muscovy, and Show in the coalition, and potentially then I'll have to consider the Weimar Oirut. Draw bringing Show, Ming without Huta, basically depending on their allies. But as the current situation is, I can most likely do that almost every time, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. But we'll continue next time. The siege of Show will probably be finished then, and we'll full sell, I think, more or less everything here to. Again, the promises are mostly so cheap that it doesn't really make sense to just sell them. Again, cool cost of 17.35. Of course, it's better to pay diplomacy points, so I think what I'm actually just going to do is have these 3 provinces. I'm going to call these 3, and the rest eastwards myself. It's probably going to be easier that way. So Novgorod's role here is more or less over. They're going to get annexed pretty soon, and we're going to then force the Timurids to release Chagatai and peacefully vassalize them, I think. So I do have a plan for what I'm going to do forward. We'll see how it goes next time. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, phrase, criticism, anything you feel like, and my apologies for making a long episode. I'll see you next time. Bye.